Today we're going to talk about a topic that I think we all could benefit in every aspect of our life. Today we're going to talk about leadership and how important leadership is not only in life, but also whenever it pertains to the paranormal. And I'm talking about demonologists or spiritual warriors in general. Okay? So one thing about being a good leader is what? Being a good listener. Okay? And a natural born leader is not someone who tries to force people into following them. A good leader, their followers want to follow them. Just like in a job, if you have a very good boss and he's good to you, you want to do good for him. The same rule applies here, okay? Now, as a demonologist, you're going to always work with paranormal teams across the country. Now, on the other hand, a paranormal team doesn't always work with a demonologist. But you're going to get a phone call probably from a paranormal group that took on an investigation, and they decided that was a little bit too much for them to handle. Now, it is very, very important that you establish your leadership from the very beginning. So when you have this phone conversation with this person, okay, you want to talk in a very professional manner. You want to talk so that they have faith and believe that you know exactly what you're saying. All right? And when you've been in this field long enough, you'll know exactly what I'm saying. Look, a lot of these cases, they all had the same trend. Okay? There are certain things that happen in every case that involves a demonic haunting. I mean, it's like anything else. Once you've been through so many, there's these little trademarks, these little trends that you learn to pick up on. So the more information that you can get from the team leader of the paranormal group that you're having a conversation with will give you a better foothold and a better idea of what's actually going on in the home. Okay? So when you're a good listener. Number two, you talk to them in a very polite but professional manner. You are going to gain his trust right there and his confidence just by that phone conversation. May have never met you or seen you before in your life, but if you sound like you know what you're talking about, then he's going to trust you. Okay, which establishes you as a leader in his eyes. All right? Now, so now that we established that, now we need to establish what happens when we go to a case and there's a paranormal team there. From the get-go, you have to establish that you are a leader with the team. Now, look, you've already talked to the leader. You know, he's got faith in you. He's happy that you're coming. You know, he's feeling good about it. Well, naturally, he's going to tell his members, look, I just talked to this person, and I really think this person knows exactly what they're talking about. All right? So, subconsciously, he's already set the seed for you. All right? But it's up to you to hit the home run, to bring it home. All right? I call this using the flair. I don't know why I call it that. Actually, it's not even a good name. I just thought about that off the top of my head. But we're just going to say, I call this using the flair. All right? So think about this. What makes an individual stand out to others? Okay? What is it? What makes an individual stand out? Let's use this metaphor. All right? Doctors. You don't know them personally, right? But you automatically give them respect. And you listen to what they tell you because they're wearing that white robe. And they have that PhD. Which means he knows more than you do. And you know that when you go to the doctor. Even though you may not like what he says, because I never do. Okay? Same rule and concept applies here. So think about this. Whenever you go to a case or a location and you're dealing with a paranormal group, they're all going to look the same. They're going to be wearing black generic shirts with their group's logo. All right? Now, on the other hand, you go in there, wearing your slacks, and I do suggest that you dress very professional whenever you go on cases, okay? Because subconsciously you are sending a message. If you walk through that door looking like a slob, well, naturally, you are not going to have their full trust, okay? It's the best way to put it. Now, on the other hand, you go in there, you got your hair all done, you got your little jewelry on, you got your nice button-up silk shirt with some slacks. You looking good, right? You coming in there with an attitude. You all that in a bag of Cheewies. I'm just trying to get it to where people can grasp this.